Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you know when I'm releasing new videos, and feel free to leave a like as well. It all helps greatly. So today, I am still cold and wearing my hoodie. We are going to be talking about Final Space Season 2. This is kind of going to be that general recap episode, what happened over the 13 episodes, what might be happening in Season 3. Season 3 is happening if you saw my last video. Not sure when that's coming out, but we will be getting a Season 3 at some point. So, starting off Season 3, Episode 1, Earth got sucked into Final Space. A lot of people are dead. Lord Commander dies. And then we run into three characters that pretty much are in the entirety of Season 2. We get Fox, we get Ash, and we get Clarence. Ash is some sort of, don't remember exactly her home planet, but basically her people worship a giant snake god. We learned this because there are 5-dimensional keys we need to get in order to unlock Bolo, so he can get into Final Space to defeat the Titans, allowing Gary and his crew to get into Final Space in order to save Quinn. So, yeah, 5-dimensional keys that we have to get throughout the entire season, which, if you're already watching this, you know that we did get all 5 of them. So Ash has some sort of crazy, angry power, and Ash only has one eye. Nobody really knows where Ash got her power from. It's not really in there. All we know is that Ash's sister got eaten by the giant serpent of her homeworld that also houses one of the dimensional keys, and that her anger allowed her to get power on this way. And then at some point along the line, Clarence ended up rescuing her. Fox, who has the crazy Gatling gun. Not really sure what his backstory is. He's not like super of an important character. We definitely get a little bit more Ash love than we do Fox love. But he's there helping along the way, shooting his Gatling gun, helping everybody out. One of the villains in this is Todd H. Watson. He was basically one of the people on Earth, and he basically powers his crazy giant, like, TP-esque looking battle station with all of these kind of fun-loving characters by killing people slowly, by giving them good memories. And he tries to kill Gary and is after Gary for the entire season. The De-Winters are back. They found Gary's arm, so they are fighting him for DNA. The kids still think he's their mother, so that's kind of weird. I'm guessing we're definitely going to be seeing them again next season. Going on to Clarence. Clarence is basically, he kind of wants love, but at the same time, he just loves money and power. And basically, he becomes a king at one point, and then he betrays everybody because he is in love with Gary's mom, Cheryl, which we also meet in this season. And Cheryl basically tricks him into getting all the dimensional keys. Ophistus is another Titan we run into. He's not really that important, but we learn that Cheryl, being a terrible human being, Cheryl Goodspeed, I'll start with that first. She was a kind of double agent for some unknown corporation we are not really totally aware of, but she was supposed to get some sort of information from John Goodspeed, but she ends up falling in love with him, having a baby. John overhears, is like, get out of my house. She is crushed. John goes off on his final mission and dies. She is continually crushed, hates Gary, and basically tries to kill him and blatantly avoid him throughout the entire season. And then finally, at the end, Tribor, who I personally think is a useless character. I don't like Tribor. He's very annoying, equally as annoying as Kevin. Well, Kevin's supposed to be annoying, so he doesn't annoy me. Tribor's not supposed to be annoying, so he annoys me, because that makes sense, yeah. Basically, Tribor knocks some sense into Cheryl. I believe Fox was there to help in the kind of, it's like a hologram chamber, basically showing all of your past things and emotions and turmoil, all that jazz, what you really want. And then she learns that, okay, I was a terrible human being. I'm going to be a good mother to Gary from now on. A little avocado grows throughout it. There is an episode where basically they go into a dimensional shard, and avocado is separated from everybody for like the equivalent of like 60, 70 years, somewhere around there. I know he's like an old guy by the time we're done with it. And like this emotionally scars him in the episode, but for whatever reason is never really brought back. Gary basically becomes Little Cato's adopted father, and until Avocado comes back, it is saved by time travel nonsense. Yep, you might have thought Avocado was dead, but nope, they get him back through time travel, manage to save his life, which is pretty cool. And Gary's sitting alone on a planet for 3 hours learning how to talk to pigeons, which I thought was hilarious in one of the episodes as well. So, going on to Hephaestus, basically Hephaestus is like the evil Bolo. Actually, we don't really know if Hephaestus is evil or not. We assume Hephaestus is evil. By the end of it, it's still kind of unclear. But Hephaestus is basically what Bolo is to Gary. Tells Cheryl, oh, hey, if you collect all these dimensional keys and unlock final space, maybe we can save your husband. But at this point, so much time has gone that John Goodspeed is 100% dead, which we learned. So most likely Hephaestus is just evil Titan. Bolo, we think, is evil for a short period of time. Turns out, no, he is not. He's actually a pretty rad dude and going to beat the crap out of the Titans. And we learn that Hephaestus is the one that imprisoned Bolo in the little cube. Invictus, we do not know much about. He is an evil entity. He is along with the Titans. He took over Gary's body when Gary looked into final space, trying to find Quinn and talk to Quinn through these kind of little time puddle things. And then he finds out that Avocado is stronger and takes over Avocado's body. Ash at the end basically ends up using her powers and blasting Invictus out of Avocado's body, but he is still in final space because that's how the season 2 episode 13 ends. Basically, Invictus kind of shows his little crazy demon symbol kind of devil horn thing as Gary is embracing Quinn in the final scene. Technically, yes, season 2 could end the entire series, but as I said, there's already information about season 3, which I'm guessing we're going to be getting an additional 13 episodes, whether that be Netflix, TBS, maybe, probably Adult Swim, I'm guessing again, because between season 1 and season 2, there was definitely more dirty jokes and like sexual situations, I would say, throughout it, which you'd only be able to do really on Adult Swim, not so much TBS. TBS would definitely probably censor some of that. And the final character we're going to be talking about is the one and only badass mother ever, Nightfall, or Future Quinn, whomever you would like to call her. She's there saving the day with Gary. She wants to be with Gary the entire time. Unfortunately, where there's death, there is always death, such as in Avengers. And in final space, somebody has to die. Typically, it is always Gary, but in this case, Nightfall sacrifices her life in order to unlock final space. The reason Bolo did not say that there needed to be a human sacrifice to unlock Bolo was because then he realized that Gary would never actually collect the keys because he wouldn't want anyone on his crew to die, which makes perfect sense. So Quinn, basically, you get the hologram chamber. She's basically making out and having at it with holographic Gary, or her own Gary, I should say. And I think it was a good way for her to go because in her heart, she always wanted to be with our Gary, I guess I should say, or this dimension's Gary. But he didn't want to be with her because it felt like he was cheating on modern day Quinn because he wanted to save modern day Quinn. So in the end, Quinn and Gary do get together, not Quinn and Nightfall. But it's happy because in her sacrifice, in her own way, she is going to be with Gary, and that's pretty much how the season ends. As I said, with Invictus in the background and Gary and Quinn embracing. There's certain aspects of the season that are kind of annoying and useless in my opinion. Tribor and the Resistance. Yeah, they're good backup, but he doesn't need to be in a lot of the episodes, and he was. He can just be one of those people where they just kind of call him, he's doing his own thing, we don't really need to know what he's doing, and then he just shows up and helps with the fight like he did in the previous season. What else? There is an episode about bounty hunters, and if you can't leave it or you die, and that basically it was little Kato going off on his own, and then Gary saying, hey, I'll be your father. That episode was, I mean, it could have been like a lot less. The D Winter is obviously still after Gary a few times. So we'll see what happens with that. They're probably going to be back again after Gary. You know, they're going to be in the first couple episodes or whatever. Who knows? Clarence needs some redemption. He was in the entire second season, so I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back in the third season, where at some point he comes and saves the day for whatever reason. Let's see, Ava is now the new ship's operating system. Hugh is a washing machine who is helpful here and there, but kind of annoying. Mooncake doesn't do much. She's useful here and there. You got the arachnotechs that are like, hey, if he ever opens Final Space again, you know, don't, you're going to lose him. So who knows what's going to happen with Mooncake, but Mooncake still has his powers back, and it's pretty OP, and I think he'll be more useful in the third season as well. So that pretty much does it. There's my giant ramble on Season 2. There's kind of your general recap if you're watching this in the future, preparing for Season 3. So, if you liked this video and many more, there will be more Final Space reviews in the future. And, of course, there's going to be. They're my best videos. They get like 800 views a video, and Dr. Stone's over here getting like 15. So if you're interested in Dr. Stone reviews, please check them out. I have a guitar channel called Gray's Guitars. Check that out too. And if you would like me to review any particular series, let me know. I'll be reviewing Rick and Morty Season 4 soon, and I'll be reviewing My Hero Academia Season 4 soon as well. And of course, I'm going to finish off Dr. Stone too. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.